Some of you know that like I travel a lot with my job, right? So I'm coming home last week, and I'm coming up through West Virginia, and 79 is closed. There's like a big tractor truck accident. They're veering everybody off, and we're all going through this neighborhood. It's a real nice neighborhood. I mean, it's West Virginia, but it's really nice. You know? It's kind of cool. And we're cruising along, and I see this beautiful little nativity scene, like one of those life-size ones, you know? And it's really cool. It's nice. But all the wise men had fireman helmets and jackets on. And I thought, well, that's kind of weird. Why don't you guys volunteer firemen? You know? So I go on a little bit farther. There's another house. There's another nativity scene. Again, all the wise men wearing fireman outfits. I said, I don't understand this. I got to check this out. So I pull into this driveway. After like the third or fourth time I've seen this, and I walk up to the door. I knock on the door. This guy comes up and he says, can I help you? And I said, sir, I'm sorry, we're driving through your neighborhood, and it's like, I see this beautiful nativity scene, but what's with the fireman outfits on the wise men? And he looks at me, gets his attitude. Oh no. Boy, don't you read your Bible? I said, as a matter of fact, I do, but I don't understand the fireman outfits. It says right there, they came from afar. It's West Virginia, right? So the last coffee house, I shared a little my mindset with you, and I thought I had to do that tonight to kind of tell you the Christmas story, kind of the way that my brain understands it, which is a little weird, but you know me, right? So, I mean, you just picture it, right? Okay, the Christmas story. Here's Jesus, or Jesus isn't born yet, right? So here's Mary and Joseph, and they're on the donkey, and they go up to the inn, and they knock on the door. Actually, they did. The Bible got it wrong. They got it wrong in a few places, you know. So they go up and they ring the doorbell, and the doorbell rings, and the little trap door, you know, the little peekaboo door on the door, it flings open, and it's the dude from the Wizard of Oz. And he comes out and he says, "Who rang that bell?" Joseph is there, and he respectfully says, "Well, you did, sir." And he says, "Can't you see it's out of order? The sign's right there, plain as the nose on my face." "No, I'm sorry, sir, but it doesn't say that." And he says, "It's right." "Oh, so it isn't, eh? So what do you have then? What's your problem? What's your beef?" And they said, "Well, we really need a room." He said, "There's no vacancies here." Slams the door. And Mary starts to cry. And Joseph is there. And the guy peeks the door, just like in the Wizard of Oz. He peeks the door back open, and he's looking out at them. And Mary's crying. She's pregnant. She's going into labor. And she's in such a long ride on the donkey. And I just don't know what to do. And the guy's up there crying from his eyebrows, you know, and everything. And he says, I took my wife on a donkey ride, and then when she was pregnant too, come on in. In fact, I'll give you my stables. You can stay there. And so they go over, and while they're getting ready for the stables, who else comes to the nativity scene but the wise men, right? Well, to me, they're not the wise men, they're the wise guys. And I can't remember their names. There's some like big long names. But to me, they're Larry, Kroger, and Mom. You know? So I mean, can you picture it? You know, they're on their camels, you know, and they have the gold, they have the frankincense, they have the myrrh. And you know Curly had the frankincense. And he's all mad. He says, "Hey Mo, this frankincense stinks. Why don't you trade it for your gold?" He says, "Oh, you knucklehead. I'm not going to trade you my gold for that stinky frankincense. What kind of fool do you think I am?" And he says, "Why? Is it more than my kind?" You know, so they bicker back and forth, and they go up, and where do they go? They go to Herod, right? I got to check with the pastor here because I don't know these things real well. So they check with the pastor, or with the pastor. They go to Herod. And I don't know if you get a picture of Herod in your head, but I get this view of Herod. Now, they all wore these robes and stuff back then, right? Well, to me, Herod is this dude, he's about this big, he's got ears coming out the side like that. He's just this little Yoda. So he comes up, he comes in his little chamber, and he says, "From the Far East you came, I see, to see the new So very early, we'll get back to the kids, and they head out, and they head off to the nativity scene. They find them, right? They follow the star, you know, everything's cool. And so they get there, and there's the newborn king, and he's there, and you know, it's kind of crowded around there with all, and so, you know, Curly starts complaining, and hey Mo, we can't see the baby, You know, it's, oh yeah, knucklehead, here, see that, hit that, boom, hits him in the head. So this is all happening at the nativity scene, right? Getting a little confusing at this point. So who else is at the nativity scene? But a shepherd. The shepherd comes in, and he comes in, and he puts his sheep down off his shoulders, and he says, hey, man, they couldn't find Jin's know-how. He's traveling. You know, I went down to Station Square, I hopped on the T, but Port Authority's been laying people off, and they cut all the bus lines down the Bethlehem. You know, so I started looking for the steel mills. You know, I'm going to Bethlehem. They don't make no steel in Bethlehem anymore. I didn't know that. Jin's So I go, I'm hitchhiking, right? I got my sheep with me. You know how many people pick you up when you got 24 sheep with you? Ain't too many, not even in the bird. You know, it's just the way it is. So I maced my way down here. I had to cross the ocean. That's because Mayor Luke Ravenstall, he ain't put in the thing underneath the river yet. The subway going under the river, he ain't done that yet. He's too busy partying, changing his name to Steeler Stall and stuff like that. You gotta do what's important. But don't you worry, it's a long journey. And I know, you got the little baby, and these are called hungry. So I brought some sandwiches with me. I stopped the Permanis on my way over to Station Square. Now, I gotta admit, it's a long travel, so the French fries are probably a little stale. And I have to admit, I got some chipped ham, but I got hungry, so it was Isaac's chipped ham. I had to eat it. So don't just be giving me no hard time. So I have to admit, the story happened many, 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 many years ago. As you know, it was like 2,000 years ago. As a matter of fact, it was so long ago, I think the Pirates had a winning season that year. Oh.